Hi, this is Candace Benji Small, and I'm going to be talking about how we use Kirkpatrick's levels in this class. In Eric's and my professional careers, we've worked with a lot of librarians who have been seeking to assess students' information literacy skills. One frequent frustration, though, has been the mismatch between what the librarians want to learn and what tool they are going to use to learn it. I really like how Dominique and Annie's article emphasizes matching the student learning outcome with the appropriate Kirkpatrick level. Here is Dominique Turnbow's version of Kirkpatrick level, modified for information literacy. And once again, the Kirkpatrick model is a really good way to organize how we think about evaluation of instruction and to think about the value of instruction at these different levels. So just as a review, Kirkpatrick said that level 1 was reaction. Dominique translates that into how satisfied are learners with the lesson. Level 2 is learning, and Dominique's translation was what have the learners learned through it. Level 3 is behavior. In our world, that would be, do the learners actually apply what they learned in the workshop? And then level 4, results. Dominique's idea was that learners are information literate as a result of the workshops. And so most often, it's very easy for us to do assessment at level 1 and level 2 if we're in a one-shot situation. Level 3 is a little more challenging. We usually have to work with the instructor, and level 4 is often most done at the institution level. Barbara Peterson had a nice presentation at the Georgia Information Literacy Conference back in 2009, and she asked if we use the 4 levels as a rubric and sort how library instruction programs are evaluated, what percentage would be at level 1, level 2, etc. So she did a literature search from 2002 to 2009 and identified articles with enough detail to conclude what level was being measured. Not surprisingly, most were done at level 1 and 2, as they are the ones that are most in control of the librarians. Here is another way to look at the Kirkpatrick level, and I really like it. I think the pyramid falsely promotes the idea that level 4 is higher and better than the other levels, and in reality, each level is very valid. For example, in level 1, reaction, if the students react really poorly to your session, it's very unlikely they learn very much. So it's really essential that we know what's going on with our learners' reactions. Similarly, if they haven't learned anything at level 2, then if they're just totally confused by what happened in the workshop, then we're not going to see anything at level 3 or level 4. So once again, I like the chain link because it shows that these different levels are interconnected. And I also kind of like the idea of links because they may circle back, right? Learning is not linear and hierarchical. It's very, very reiterative, and you need to go back and do things again. So I really like the chain. I also will just emphasize again that level 1 and level 2 are the ones that are easiest for us to assess. So next week, we're going to do level 1, and what we're going to do is we're going to practice using authentic end of workshop data and see what we can learn by using that kind of mode. In week 3, we are going to practice scoring student worksheets completed during a library workshop to see if we can assess how much learning happened there. And then in our final week together, we're going to focus on using rubrics to actually see whether students apply what happened in the library instruction session. You'll notice I have not mentioned level 4. In the business literature, level 4 is return on investment. What does that mean in our environment? Dominique said it meant that the people were information literate. Once again, I ask, what does that mean in our environment? Does it mean that by the time they're seniors, they can accomplish some skills? Does it mean that after they leave the university, they use information literacy skills in their personal life and in their professional life? Like the Project Information Literacy reports have looked at. Anyway, in any of these circumstances, I don't think we can ever correlate that a single library session or even a single course led to those outcomes. And so for that reason, We will not be looking at level 4 within this class. There's just too many factors to connect a one-shot with a life change that level 4 requires. And I think that as a profession, we're still kind of struggling with the idea of what level 4 would even look like. And you can talk about that on the discussion board if you're interested. But next you will take a quiz or celebration of learning to confirm your comfort with the Kirkpatrick level before you do then dive into the discussion board.